Chivalry, the medieval knightly system with its religious, moral, and social code. The old stories often praise chivalry, telling of brave knights who protect the weak. Heroic, having the characteristics of a hero or very brave. The princess listened to the tale of a heroic warrior fighting a dragon. Damsel, a young unmarried woman. In many ancient fables, a young damsel is saved by a courageous knight. Distress, extreme anxiety, sorrow, or pain. The kingdom sent help to the villagers who were in deep distress after the dragon attack. Tapestries, thick textile fabrics with pictures or designs formed by weaving colored threads. The royal hall was decorated with beautiful tapestries showing ancient battles. Drapes, long curtains. She did not like the dark pattern on the drapes hanging in her bedroom. Fleet, a group of ships sailing together. The wealthy ruler owned a massive fleet of ships that brought gold from faraway lands. Thaw, the period of warmer weather when snow and ice melt. The villagers feared they would not survive the winter before the spring thaw arrived. Sprang, suddenly announced or brought something upon someone. The father sprang the news of the arranged marriage on his daughter without warning. Corpse, a dead body, especially of a human being. The freezing wind made her feel as cold as a corpse as she waited outside. Drippy, tending to drip or wet with drops. Her nose became drippy because of the freezing weather in the northern kingdom. Coastline, the outline of a coast, especially with regard to its shape and appearance. The captain announced that they were finally approaching the rocky coastline of the island. Magnificent, impressively beautiful, elaborate, or extravagant. The kingdom looked magnificent with its golden towers rising above the sea. Convey, transport, or carry to a place. The royal guards will arrive tomorrow to convey the guests to the palace. Understates, describes or represents something as being smaller or less important than it really is. The prince understates his joy, but everyone knows he is thrilled to meet his bride. Understated, presented or expressed in a subtle and effective way. The king had understated the beauty of the foreign princess when describing her to his son. Clime, a region considered with reference to its climate. It is surprising that such a beautiful flower can grow in this harsh and cold clime. Correspondence, communication by exchanging letters with someone. Their early correspondence mentioned the specific conditions of the royal marriage. Confer, have discussions or exchange opinions. The two lords stepped away from the crowd so they could confer about the land contract in private. Prerogative, a right or privilege exclusive to a particular individual or class. Choosing whether to smile or remain silent during the dinner is the princess's prerogative. Offends, causes someone to feel upset, annoyed, or resentful. If my honest opinion offends the queen, I sincerely apologize for my words. Intent, intention, or purpose. It was never her intent to cause trouble between the two royal families. Barren, land too poor to produce much or any vegetation. Her homeland was cold and barren, unlike the rich and fertile lands of Aurea. Dictated, controlled or determined by a particular person or rule. The terms of the wedding alliance were mostly dictated by the clever stepmother. Provincial, of or concerning a province of a country, or unsophisticated. The refined court members laughed at her simple clothing, calling it a provincial style. Insignia, a badge or distinguishing mark of military rank, office, or membership. The young woman wore a silver ring bearing the royal insignia of her house. Unattended, not noticed or dealt with, or left alone without supervision. The stranger noticed several valuable horses left unattended near the castle gates. Confide, trust someone by telling them a secret or private matter. She hoped she could confide her fears to the prince before the wedding ceremony. Impeccable, in accordance with the highest standards, faultless. The queen praised the girl for her impeccable manners during the welcome feast. Exquisite, extremely beautiful and typically delicate. The castle was filled with gold statues and other exquisite decorations from ancient times. Acquainted, make someone aware of or familiar with. The future sisters spent the afternoon walking together to become better acquainted. Undue, unwarranted or inappropriate because excessive. We must not place undue focus on emotions when this marriage is simply a business agreement. Ultimately, finally, in the end. Although they spoke of love, the union was ultimately a financial transaction to save the land. Necessity, the state or fact of being required or indispensable. The alliance between the kingdoms was born of pure necessity, as both sides needed resources. Enamored, be filled with a feeling of love or admiration for. At first, the princess was completely enamored by the golden beauty of the new city. Homage, special honor or respect shown publicly. Every year, the royal family goes to the ancient mountain to pay homage to their ancestors. Inhabitants, persons or animals that inhabit a place. The original inhabitants of the island were forced to share their land with the new king. Lair, a wild animal's resting place, which is especially well hidden. The dragon retreated into its dark lair deep beneath the mountain after the battle. Adored, loved, and respected deeply. The king adored his young daughters, but his responsibilities to the realm came first. Pact, a formal agreement between individuals or parties. To stop the bloody war, the ancient rulers made a secret pact with the creature. Commemorate, recall and show respect for someone or something in a ceremony. The people gathered at the temple to commemorate the historical sacrifice of the past princesses. Legacy, an amount of money or property left to someone, or a heritage. She realized that her royal marriage carried a heavy legacy of duty and hidden darkness. Mingle, mix or cause to mix together. During the ceremony, the blood of the two families will mingle to create a single bond. Realm, a kingdom or a field of interest. The queen promised to do whatever was required to ensure that her realm would thrive forever. Chasm, a deep fissure in the earth, rock, or another surface. The prince threw the ancient coin into the dark chasm as a symbolic offering. Vile, extremely unpleasant or morally bad. The soldiers were ordered to hunt down and destroy the vile monster living in the caves. Lurks, remains hidden so as to wait in ambush for someone or something. No one knows exactly what kind of beast lurks inside the shadows of the cave. Devour, eat food or prey hungrily or quickly. The hungry creature was waiting in the darkness, ready to devour any intruder. Hesitation, the action of pausing or delaying before saying or doing something. The brave warrior drew her sword without any hesitation when the enemy approached. Unprovoked, of an attack or harmful act not caused by anything done or said. The dragon claimed that the original attack by the humans was completely unprovoked. Commoner, an ordinary person, without rank or title. The arrogant noble refused to speak to the girl, treating her like a simple commoner. Insolent, showing a rude and arrogant lack of respect. The queen grew angry at the insolent creature that dared to defy her orders.